welcome to the Upkeep for Monday, January 8th, 2024.
That's right. It's all of the magic news you need in 10 minutes or less.
Happy New Year, everybody. The first Upkeep of the new year, and we're going to kick it off with the Magic Online Champions Showcase Season 3 happening this weekend.
The formats are Vintage, Cube Draft, and Modern. There are $70,000 in prizes, including $20,000 for first place. The finalist and the winner also get invites to the World Championship this October.
If you want to check out all the action, you can catch it at twitch.tv/magic beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, January 13th.
Next up, we've got some arena updates for you. First off, pre-orders for Murders at Karlov Manor begin next week. The set releases on Arena on February 6th, and our preview card is on the 22nd.
So look out for that. If you want to get into qualifier weekend, you can do that on this Friday. It's the best of 3 qualifier play-in. The format is Explorer, and then the qualifier weekend itself will follow on Saturday and Sunday this weekend.
The next Arena Open is January 20th through 21st. It'll be Lost Caverns of Ixalan Limited. You can win up to $2,000 and get a Rainbow Quintorius sleeve.
I love that Quintorius art.
So good.
You played with it in the Commander deck this past weekend.
I sure did. I splurged 3 whole extra dollars.
I mean, worth it.
Yes.
Now we have an update for you on AI generative tools and Magic.
Yesterday, Magic posted saying that they require artists, creatives, and writers to refrain from using generative AI tools to create final Magic products. But that was after a real mess of a situation this weekend.
So they had already posted that they require final Magic products not to be made entirely out of AI, and then they had to restate it again after posting a picture, which I should say an image that featured the Ravnica Shocklands and some Guild Gates, which some people found funny, on kind of like a steampunk background, which was pretty obviously generated by AI. The community said, hey, didn't you just tell us that you weren't going to use this in your final products? And Magic responded in a way that I think was a little hasty, because they replied, no, actually a human made this. And that did not make the community very happy, because
You sure about that?
They were like, you sure, bro?
Are you sure about that?
They looked at the image.
Sure about that?
There's obvious artifacting and just hallmarks of AI image generation, which they then pointed out to Wizards of the Coast, who then said, actually, yes, you're right. And posted, thanks to our diligent community who pointed out a series of recent marketing images may have included elements of generative AI. We are rethinking our process of how we work with vendors for our marketing creative. So, yeah, what happened here, in my opinion, is that Wizards hired a third party to create these images. The third party created them using Photoshop's generative AI fill tool. And then when Wizards of the Coast was like, hey, did you make this with AI?
They were like,
no. And Wizards posted, this was made by a human, which I think they should not have done because, well, number one, it's not true. And number two, the vendor is pretty obviously either lying to them or just like being obfuscating the truth in a way that is just...
that is akin to lying.
And then they had to walk it back, of course, and say, oh yeah, this was made using a Photoshop AI tool. And like, sure, they probably had some human element in it as well, but like by and large, it was mostly AI created, and Wizards shouldn't have like just taken the vendor's word for it, in my opinion, because it's pretty easy to see it was AI. So Wizards ended up looking pretty bad on this, but I'm not going to go ahead and say that they were like lying to everybody or they're like trying to make use of AI when they said they wouldn't. Like, that's not what happened. They were lied to by their vendor, and they shouldn't have parroted back out, but they did. So like, we've all learned a lesson here, I think.
Yup. Yes, we have.
So moving forward, I think they will probably have more people dedicated to making sure this sort of thing doesn't happen. But please remember, 1,000 of their colleagues were just laid off.
Yes. Finally, more news that made people mad.
Oh, great.
But hey, one done. Secret Lair is moving to limited print runs rather than print on demand. They're doing this to speed up shipping, which was something that was taking ages.
Oh, it was taking forever.
They say about this change, quote, practically speaking, this means that some products may sell out before their end date. However, it also means waiting significantly less time from from order to secret lair drops arriving at your doorstep. While popular secret lair drops may sell out fast, we now have 4 years of secret lair sales to base our print run numbers on, and we're aiming to get as close to overall demand as possible. The result should be that most players get what they want faster. So they are legitimately trying to make sure that this is not a you're missing out situation. They're trying to make sure that if you want it, you will be able to get it. But of course, people have concerns about scalpers or big distributors buying out these drops quickly with bots and reselling them for a ton. We'll just kind of see what happens.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen and that people
agree.
are just able to get them faster, because it's a real bummer to wait around for 6 to 8 months or whatever after you buy Secret Lair to be able to get it. So hopefully we've streamlined this process better, but that will remain to be seen in the future. Well, everybody, that's all of the magical news you need for today. If you're somebody who listens to the Upkeep and you're not a member of our Patreon, patreon.com/GLHF, you may find that this episode is coming out a day later than it did in 2023 and before. That's because we've shifted how we're doing things over with our release schedule and our Patreon. So if you're a member of our Patreon at $5 a month or more, you'll now get access to the Upkeep a day early, both in video and audio versions.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to pay anything for it yet, you still can. It's just going to come out a day later on Tuesday. So that's why you've seen some changes to this Upkeep. And I just want to let you know that if you want to get it back on Monday, you can by becoming a patron. If you're okay with Tuesday, sure, go ahead and you'll get it on Tuesday with everybody else.
But being a patron is nice.
It is. It legitimately is.
It is.
You get early access to all of our stuff, including our Commander videos. You get at $10 a month, you get to tell us what to play in Commander.
Yeah.
And at $20 a month, you get extra long episodes of Good Luck High Five, which is very fun. Today we talked a lot about Steamboat Willie.
So, become a patron. Hear Maria's tirade against old cartoons.
That is true. I did go on one, and you can get it if you're a $20 a month member. Anyway, you can check out all of that over on patreon.com/GLHF Magic. Thank you so much to everyone who supports us here in 2024, kicking off the year with a bang. We'll be back with more Upkeep news next week.